Hello and welcome to the latest edition of It's Not Only Zebedee who Boings, which today comes from the Hawthorns, the home of Premier Club West Bromwich Albion. Well, as you can imagine, the reaction from fans here has been absolutely outstanding. Everyone, as they say, is over the moon. And I've been getting the reactions of some fans, young and old.
Yes!
Get in. Doesn't matter how we've done it. We're back again. We are the Albion. We are Premier League. Boing, boing.
We are Premier League! We are Premier League!
Can't speak, lost my voice. Oh my God, Premiership, here we come.
Yeah!
The Lord's my shepherd. My name is Rob Leacock. I'm an American. I live in Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been supporting the Albion since 2013, and we're going back to the Premier League. I'm so happy and pleased for all of the Baggies fans all over the world. We're going back to the Premier League. Up the Albion.
So flags, banners, scarves and good luck messages continue to be left here at the Astle gates. And it's a night that no one will ever forget, except perhaps this little lad who remained calm and contented throughout the night. Little does he realise what he's got to face in years to come.
The Birmingham game was the first time ever since following the Albion since 1967 that I've actually watched a live game on the telly at home. So that's stunning. And that match against Birmingham, it was really, really weird not being able to get in the car and drive up here and do all the pre-match ritual and get the crack. And it was a purgatory, you know. But in the absence of anything else, then so be it.
Frustrating that I couldn't be there. Reasons given that it's my age, you know, over 70. So the EFL rules are that anyone over 70 is considered to be vulnerable. So me being a vulnerable person, I'm not allowed in, which frustrates the hell out of me because I wouldn't have been in contact with anybody. I'd have been going into the ground, sitting in a stand that was completely empty. And taking pictures. But I suppose, as everyone tells me, they are the rules and that is it. And, you know, anyway, they got frags there anyway, so It doesn't really matter. But from my own personal point of view, very frustrating.
It stopped your record, isn't it? How many games had you been to?
Oh, well, I hadn't missed, home games. I can't remember the last home game I missed. And that was for illness about 5 years ago. One game, Stoke at home, when Johnny Evans scored and I was ill. But that's it. Away games, I've missed one or two because of travelling.
So when was your first game then? How many years are we talking about?
My very, very first game, live game, was in 1958-59 at West Ham. You know, that was in a league when West Ham came up that year. We lost 3-1. Bobby Robson scored for Albion. That was my first game as a kid. But then once I started snapping back in '74, then I had a pretty good run. Obviously, with my job in the police service, it was a bit difficult at times, you know. But I managed to do it with the help of governors and friends, and the shifts I've had to put in for other people because they filled in for me. But I've never had a run of missing so many games for as long as I can remember. You know, but then again, I'm not the only one. Look at John Homer. I mean, John, I don't think he's missed a game since he was born, you know, so you know, so it's you know, you can empathise with him. Dave Holloway, hasn't missed a game for as long as he can remember. You've got to empathise with him. So many of the lads, have followed the Albion all over the country, home and away, for years and years and years, and their records have been shattered by this horrible virus.
So the dust has settled on the season. We're outside the Premier League ground of West Bromwich Albion, and with me is John Homer, chairman of the West Bromwich Albion Supporters Club. So what a season.
Absolutely. It was quite calm till the turn of the year, wasn't it? And then it was roller coaster. By Christmas we were sitting pretty, weren't we? 23 games, 50 points, and then form slipped a little bit, but the last sort of 9 games after the restart, I think, were tortuous. But any detractors that we might have, they must realise that we've been in the top 2 since October last year, and if that isn't good enough to merit promotion, then really nothing is. And obviously the other point is we've lost fewer games than anybody else in the Championship. We've only lost 7 matches. Where we've fallen down certainly is the number of draws at home, 10 draws at home. Win a couple of those and lose a couple, we'd probably be better off. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you can't complain, can you? Slaven's first season in charge and back in the Premier League for the fifth promotion, which is a record, I think. The promotion to the Premier League was essential and important from a financial point of view. What all fans obviously have to realise, and they do anyway, I should hope, is that there's more to a football club than just the 11 players on the field. There's all the people in the background, and that promotion to the Premiership, with the money that it will bring in, has saved people jobs at the football club, and that is another blessing. So it's a double celebration. There are people there, cleaners, dinner staff, whatever, whose jobs are at risk, but now of course they're saved because they were the Premier League team.
So it's a sad occasion as well, the last game for Chris Brunt, and he's a bit of a hero of yours, wasn't he? And a bit of a friend as well, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Good mate and a hero and a legend of the football club. My opinion is as I've not just saying it today, but I said it before. No one will ever achieve in modern football what Chris Brunt has achieved at West Bromwich Albion Football Club. 13 years at a football club. 470 plus games for the club. I mean, who's going to play 400 games for any one single club? Moving forward, I can't see it happening. And an exemplary captain, an exemplary footballer, an absolute consummate professional, and let's be honest, has never let the club down. And if he wasn't a player who I thought could actually cut it, then perhaps I'd understand why he'd been left out of the team and hadn't been given the opportunities that I think he should have had this season. But in my opinion, he can still do a really good job. Not wishing to cast any nasturtiums against the players that are playing, but Chris Brunt is still a very, very good footballer, and can pick a pass out of nothing and can still score goals. And he's got so much experience that can help, could have helped, and did help on 1 or 2 occasions, to get Albion across the line. Yeah. Having said that, Slav will turn around and say, well, I've got your promotion, and you can't argue about that. And he's a fine manager and a lovely man. I've met him on more than 1 occasion. But, for me, Chris Brunt could have had more of a contribution had he been given the opportunity. That's in the dressing room area. Yeah, that's in the dressing room area when Darren would have returned with Stoke City, I think it was. And it was great because obviously Darren and Brunty, both ex-captains and good mates when he came there, and it was just an ideal opportunity. They were chatting after the game together, and I just said to Brunty, what a great photo opportunity, and the pair of them to a T turned there. And you know what? Sometimes just being in the right position at the right time to be able to catch a moment like that is important. And that for me was a cracking moment, and the privilege to be able to capture 2 very, very fine players, internationals in their own right together.
Yeah. And you've also got a picture with, you selected a picture with Paul Robinson as well.
I never say die, bulldog attitude, got us across the line more times than I care to remember. A smashing fella, a loyal player, a loyal colleague in the dressing room. I've seen his attitude and his charisma, if you like, you know, with others around him in the dressing room and on the pitch. And you know what? He's the kind of player to run for a brick wall for you. And and another smashing fella. I've known Robbo for a lot of years, since he come at the club. No egos, never pretentious. Always, you know, you get what you see. This is me. I don't pretend to be the most fantastic footballer in the world, but I tell you what, when I cross that white line, there ain't no one that's going to give, you know, more than 100% than I will. And he did, and he never let us down. He had bad games for sure. Everyone has bad games, but his attitude for me was always absolute optimum professionalism. And of course, him and Brunty are great mates. People say to me, "Oh, Lowell, you know, why do you want to keep snapping away, taking photographs like that?" Because if you don't take the photograph, the moment in time has gone forever.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can't get it back. You know, the one thing about photograph, Norman, is that once that's captured, it's there forever.
Yeah, you've got a cracking one of Brunty in action with both feet off the ground, and he's just about to lomic the ball with his left foot.
Yep.
With his arms out and real effort going into it.
Classic Brunty, 100%. When Brunty put his foot through the ball, Brunty put his foot through the ball. And you know what? To see him off the, you know, absolutely off the ground, giving it some leather like that, and being able to capture, you know, a study like that, because it is. It's a study in technique, athleticism, power. Professionalism, you know, everything. Every one of those qualities is there, and that for me epitomised Brunty.
Now the season ending brought the end of the career of Chrissy Brunt as well, didn't he? What a servant for the Albion.
Absolutely, 13 years at the football club and a perfect ambassador on and off the field, a good friend to the supporters club and a good friend to all Albion supporters. And I think that the period of time that he's played here has obviously been tumultuous in terms of our history, and there's hardly been a dull moment since he joined in August 2007. It's a testament to the chap that he's played so many games, and I was so pleased that he was on the pitch at the end of the game the other night to share in a return to the Premiership. Yeah, it's sad to see him go.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So I'm wanting to hear you alongside Jimmy Morrison really as well, because Morrison's been able to stay at the Albion, hasn't he? It's a shame that Chrissy Brunt's gone on.
Well, that's right, but obviously he still wants to play football, doesn't he? Jim's got a coaching role, which is well deserved, but Chris obviously feels there's a bit more in the tank as far as he's concerned, and if he does move to Stoke, then he's going to my second favourite club at the moment. Why, Delilah? I mean, why don't you sing that again?
No self-respecting Baggage fan would ever sing that, would they, normally?
No, not normally.
It's not only Stoke that we've got to be thankful for, but Barnsley as well.
Oh, Barnsley, Johnny. I know their chief scout, and he sent me a little text yesterday saying that we owe them a great debt of gratitude now. Little man in village in Yorkshire.
Well, we did, because we hadn't beat them in the league up there since, about 1947?
Exactly. I thought we'd done it this season, but they got a last-minute equaliser. Yeah. Of course, it's paying us. It's given us a little bit back for them beating us in the 1912 Cup final.
I don't remember that. Then what was it like?
Oh, we lost 1-0. Me being a sad sod, but now seriously, I mean, both Stoke and Barnsley, you know, years and years ago, you may not remember this, but the Wolves, they used to have a Player of the Season award, and in 19 something or other, we were beating them 1-0 at the Albion, and Rob Ironmarch scored in the last minute. And after that, every year a Wolves fan voted him as their Player of the Season.
Whether he was awful or not.
Whether he was awful or not. Purely and simply because he scored that goal in 1980, I think it was. So Lee Gregory and O'Dour, great players, fantastic. They go down with Mr. Fortune from Charlton Athletic, wasn't it, Tom?
That's brilliant, yeah. Well, there we are then. So I hope that's whet your appetite for the new season coming up. But that's all we've got time for from this programme. So from John and myself, Goodbye and thanks for watching.
Keep out the Oss Road.